Obama is scheduled to arrive here in Washington 2 hours from now, where he'll begin getting ready for the inauguration. And tonight, we have an unusually glamorous show for you. Start with Sheryl Crow. After her, Spike Lee's coming here, whose movie was where Barack Obama took his wife Michelle for their first date. That was Do the Right Thing, of course. But first we begin with Grammy Award-winning singer and songwriter Sheryl Crow, who's performing in this celebration. Well, I now know what it takes to get Sheryl Crow to show up. It takes the election of Barack Obama. Jeez, it's so great to have you here.
It's great to be here.
So what's this here? It's a leather jacket.
It's
cool.
freezing.
It's very cool. I'll tell you, this is as cold as it's been. It's going to be 31 on Tuesday, and I just worry. You know who I worry about? Not the regular people, because they can walk around. You know, they can keep moving. They got Johnny on the spots here. The rich big shots up closer to the Capitol. They're going to be stuck in their seats for 3 hours, no bathrooms. They're not allowed to get up because of security.
That's true.
So where are you going to be?
We're going to be, actually, I think we're going to be in seats in an area that's been set aside. We're playing the Pelosi Luncheon. Actually, I have 4 dates on Monday. Pelosi Luncheon, Rock the Vote, Rolling Stone. We're playing the 9:30 Club and the Huffington Post gig. So this is the most I've ever played in one day. But it's the most unbelievable thing. You cannot believe how many people have been on the phone calling, are you playing, are you doing this, are you going? Everyone is completely excited about this.
That's very cool the way you have these sleeves now. That's very right? See, I'm so out of it. I don't know these things. Let's talk about the first one, the lunch with Pelosi. Where's the Pelosi lunch?
I actually have no idea.
I think it's she's the speaker, so she'll probably have it at the Capitol, somewhere near the Capitol.
I think it is, maybe near the Capitol. I'm just being whisked from one place to the next. But it's fun because I've been on Capitol Hill a few times working my own interesting projects, and so I know some of the people on Capitol Hill, so it'll be fun to see those people again and see what the government...
Well, the Senate side's over to the left. And the House of Representatives over to the right.
Don't I know?
In the middle is this big rotunda with all the statues and everything. That's to give you a little guidance there.
Well, I brought my parents, you know, who brought me here when I was about 5. So
I was impressed at the fact that you're a family. You're not one of those weird Hollywood crowds that are all broken up. And
oh, no. My parents have been married 53 years and still going strong.
Great. There they are, chuckling from behind the scenes. Let me ask you now. I want to ask you to do what I'm going to ask everybody to do. You're not African American?
No.
And I think this is especially big for African Americans who have taken a lot of crap in this country for 300 or 400 years. And finally they have something to feel hopeful about.
Yeah.
And what's your feeling about it?
I grew up in a really small town in southern Missouri, and I cannot tell you how many people came out from every walk of life and worked for this man to be in office. And this was a real unifying moment, I think, particularly in my hometown where you have a massive black population who felt like they've been overlooked for years and years and years. And this was a great moment of hope. And so many people have gotten on buses and are on their way here. And it's just one of the most hopeful things I can ever remember. And I feel like we're, with all these great African-American faces out here, we're just getting to be here to celebrate a wonderful moment for all of us. It's like what you said with the Kenyan vote.
Yeah, I was telling Sheryl before we went on that I was lucky enough to be covering the first ever all-races election in South Africa when blacks were allowed to vote for the first time back in '94. And I was going through the lines interviewing people who were voting in these incredibly biblical long lines because of Nelson Mandela. He'd gotten everybody to vote. And I came across a woman who said, I've been waiting for this day my whole life.
Yeah.
And she was white. So there's some good people out there, too.
Absolutely.
Let me ask you about the Missouri you were from. Were you from the Missouri or the Missouri? Were you from the more southern, more what?
Southern. In fact, we were right on, in fact, still are, on the Mason-Dixon County line. So I guess, as my sister says, we were, part of us were for the war, part of us were against the war, Civil War. So very split. And very little has changed up there.
So where's your music from? Is it
very deeply steeped in early American country, folk, some rhythm and blues, but very Americana.
And you're doing 4 gigs on Tuesday?
Yeah, for free.
Let me ask you about Hollywood and this whole thing. You are one of the many stars that will stud this occasion. Is that the right way to phrase it?
I am one of the many stars who will stud this occasion, yeah.
So who's the coolest person that's going to be here? Spike Lee's coming here in an hour.
He is. I'm a huge fan.
He's going to be sitting right here. Yeah.
I'm a fan. You have to tell him I'm a big fan.
Did you hear that great story that Barack Obama, when he took Michelle out for their first date? I always love first dates. You know, like, where did you go? Where did you go?
Yeah.
And he took her to see Do the Right Thing.
Yes, yeah, I remember him saying.
Starring Danny Aiello, I believe.
Yes, yeah, I saw it too. He's a great filmmaker. I love that story too. They seem like very accessible, normal people, although clearly he's president of the United States now. So
what do you think it's going to be like to look up at the West Front down there Tuesday around noon and see an African-American couple down there? as the new emblems of America and the world?
You know, we were rehearsing today in front of the Lincoln Memorial for this HBO gig tomorrow night, and seeing that massive monument with Lincoln and the quote above his head, I think he's going to go down in history as being such an important figure in turning around the spirit of this country and getting us back to what it was we originally based our country on. And it's going to be a really humbling moment, I think. I think it is. I think there are people coming from all across this nation who are getting on buses and who are here to be in this moment of history making with great hope and the feeling of possibility. I know I am as an environmentalist, and having a 2-year-old and feeling the way I've felt in the last 8 years, or even longer than that. It's such an epiphany moment for all of us, and people are really keying into that. And he's speaking to all of us at where we live, about changing how we live and who we are, and hopefully that becoming the movement of hope.
Environment, how's it going to change?
Well, you know, if President Obama is able to get some of the plans put into course that he's talking about, you know, if he's not met with opposition, of turning the economy around and creating more green jobs, then I think it can obviously really boost the economy. But we all have to be environmentally conscious right now where we live in our homes, from not running our hot water constantly to using recycled materials. Just a complete conscious movement.
So when you get your newspaper and they come in those plastic wrappers, what do you do with the plastic wrappers?
We are psycho about it. In fact, you should come visit my farm. We have solar panels.
I want to know if you put them in a special place.
We put them in a special place. I reuse them, and you know, it is kind of ridiculous. But you know, once you get doing it, it's like Lori David said, who I toured with on the environmental movement tour. Once you get doing one thing, it starts to add, you know, it's like dieting. You want to keep going, you want to progress, and it really fuels your motivation and your practice.
So where are you on the Nantucket wind farm? Are you for putting those windmills out in the middle of the Nantucket Sound, or are you with Ted Kennedy? Which way are you on that one? I'm just looking for trouble here.
I know, you really, really are.
Don't you decide between DeVal Patrick, the governor up there, and Teddy Kennedy, the hero of the liberals? Are you with the hero of the liberals on this, or are you with the wind farmer?
I'm really split about it. You know, it's
chicken.
I know I am. It's like drilling offshore. You know.
Well, where are you on that?
You
Californians, you want oil well drills everywhere in the world except in California. Right?
I think it's important for us to become independent of outsider oil, but I think we've got to find new ways to create energy besides drilling.
Okay. You know, it's great to have you.
Nice to
Sheryl
be
Crow.
here.
I'm going to try to catch some of your gigs. 4 gigs on.
Please do.
4 gigs on. Yeah. I'll try to catch the Huffington one where all the libs are hanging out at. Yeah. I always like to hang out with that important crowd. Sheryl Crow. And this is what it takes. We have to have a Barack Obama elected president, so we get Sheryl Crow. She's the first star to stud Hardball tonight. I am completely flattered. No, and your parents here. Congratulations on cooking up this. You're a member of our family. This dish. That's what somebody said, that Grace Kelly's father was a chef, because look at the dish he cooked up. I don't really know how to take that, but I'm going to say thank you. Take it well, but thank you very much. You're the greatest talent in the world. Thank you, Sheryl Crow, here to perform for the amazing history we're about to see here in Washington, out here on the mall and at parties all over this city. Sheryl Crow's been singing about it for years.